What's cracking, y'all? You are now watching Boo TV. Appreciate you for stopping in. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, stay notified, and let's get into the topic for today. You know, I've put out quite a few videos with my opinions or reactions on what certain TV analysts, reporters might say on the big wig networks, the ESPNs, the FS1, etc., etc. I just want to take a quick moment and talk about one of the TV show analysts and reporters that sometimes pops in on ESPN First Take from time to time and goes back and forth with the likes of Stephen A. Smith, Big Perk, and JJ Redick. And that's Chris Mad Dog Russo, the loud New Yorker. I'm pretty sure it's from New York. I believe he is the best thing running for basketball talk on ESPN. And honestly, even more than ESPN, I'll take it across ESPN and Fox Sports. He's the best thing and the most important person, and I wish he had more airtime on First Take and these other shows. And the reason why I say he's the best is because he's the one guy that will refuse to let the world forget about and disrespect the players of past generations. He is the one guy that will continuously fight for these players, just their legacies as they stand on their own, and even in comparison to more modern players, he will pit them up against them when it comes to a debate. And I think for sports, for basketball talk, we need somebody like him on the big networks to constantly remind people, hey, these guys were great too. There were generations before what you see now. There was greatness before what you see now. A lot of the things you see the players doing now, people try to make you believe they were the first people doing it or the first people to do it, whatever that may be. But no, they learned it from somebody. Who'd they learn it from? Chris Mad Dog is the most important TV analyst for that reason alone. It doesn't even matter if he's right or wrong in his take, because he's even had some crazy, outlandish takes, even if it's in defense of past players. But it doesn't matter if he's right or wrong, just for the reason that he is keeping their names alive and reminding people that these players existed and they should not be forgotten is important in itself. If you haven't seen him talk on ESPN, he'll constantly bring up the Bob Cousy's and let you know why Bob Cousy was a bad man. Bob Pettit, Larry Bird, Magic, Pistol Pete, George Mikan, Willis Reed, Moses Malone, John Havlicek, Bob Lanier, Elvin Hayes, Jerry West, the Big O, Oscar Robertson, Lou Alcindor, you name it. He will constantly fight for these past greats. And I don't watch every single show. I don't watch every single uh, segment, but from what I've seen, he's really the only guy doing it. And every time he brings these guys up, almost every time he likes to bring these guys up and say, hey, what about Bob Cousy? What about Larry Bird? Hey, let me tell you, I know what I saw. And this was a bad man. And let me tell you what he did. And normally every time he brings this up, especially in a debate format, you'll see how slightly agitated and slightly annoyed the other person is in a debate, kind of rolling their eyes and just kind of looking at him with a resting bitch face type of thing, and so they don't even want to hear it. They don't even want to hear it. And it's a shame. It's a shame. It really is. Mad Dog Russo, whether he's right or he's wrong, I appreciate it that you continue to name drop these players and give history lessons to everybody watching TV, whether they want to accept it or not. You're doing a lot more than what anybody else is doing on those networks. Truly are. Last I had heard is that Mad Dog is still only on a 1-year contract that he signed last year, I think. And I don't know if he's going to get a contract extension or a new contract, whatever the case may be. Hard to say with ESPN firing all these people recently. But I do hope they keep him around. Because if we lose Mad Dog Russo, you will never, ever, ever hear any mention of a Bob Cousy or Pettit or Willis Reed or Oscar Robertson or John Havlicek. You will never hear mention of these past greats of generations prior unless it has to do with somebody passing away and remembering them, or somebody breaking one of their records, a very long-standing record. Other than that, you'll never hear these guys mentioned again. Despite how great they were, everything they did for the league, pioneers, record holders in their own right, never hear anybody talk about it. Really don't. And you won't. If he leaves, you can it. You can it. Really. And I wish they had more people like Mad Dog. Get some old heads in there, and I mean that respectfully. Get some old heads in there that watched basketball back then, that has a rich, a great understanding of the rich history of the league. Let them talk, please. It's even entertaining when you have this guy repping the older generations going against these guys repping the newer generations. That's even good TV. They need more players like that, or more TV personalities like that. It's very entertaining to me. And if they know what they're talking about, like I said, everybody's learning something. Anywho, that's all I gotta say about it. He's the best thing for basketball right now on ESPN. And like I said, even though he doesn't go on Fox Sports, he's better than anything they got up there for that reason alone. A very important person for that reason alone. Let me know what you think about it. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, stay notified, and I catch you on the next one. We out, baby.